Alright, good afternoon again. We're going to look at another video today, and today I keep overlooking it. It's a map that I do all the time, but I keep overlooking it because it's always one of the smaller maps, and it's a ballast. And there's more than one way to skin a ballast. It's not like we've talked about on TechCrunch or Dredge or a Deoxin or something, where the walk is so repetitive and it's almost the same one for every map. But on Ballast, there's sometimes you can't always use the exact same path. There's three primarily. Well, of course, there's tons of ways to do it, but primarily you're going to see, if you're hopping or people coming in and out of your task force, you see people solo on this map, it's going to be pretty much three different ways that they take, and I want to just talk about the two normal ones, or the two that you're probably going to see the most often. The one I like is what you're going to see here in this video is going straight up, and straight up is whenever we go straight up, you see there's these three mines right here. It's just usually just an artillery to get rid of those three mines. Right there you have to get rid of. Come on, eraser. And this time you'll see me throw I'm not sure why I did it. Maybe I had a ton of GB, I don't know, wasn't thinking, but I threw a barrage on this rocket, and I get rid of all of these mines, which isn't necessary. You don't have to get rid of these mines over here on the left. You only have to get rid of these on top, unless you miss flare. Then having them all gone is nice. But our flare points are going to be this. Since I'm taking the hero, and you know how the hero tends to severely outrun your Zookas on long walks, which kills me with the new 13-second smoke timers. So I'm going to throw a short flare right up here to let them catch up. But our kill spot and our final flare is, you see this line right here that's running alongside of the core. We want our final flare point just above this bottom mortar, right on that line. But you have to make sure that you put it to the right of this white line, this white dotted line. And the reason you need to do that is, if you put your flare over here on this white line, your Zookers are gonna split these cannons and this rocket launcher and get over here into these mines. But if you put your flare over here on the line to the right of the white line, they will go single file straight in between them, like you see here, which is what we're going to see in this video. But I'll quickly talk about the other way to do it. Sometimes, see, this is a four shock ballast, but sometimes you're going to have more where you need, and you don't have the GBE to do all the shock in and smoking that you need to do coming straight up, like we're about to do here. So what you can do in these times, say if you have a cluster of rockets that you need to GBE before you make your walk, we unload and we go to the left, and we go over here and harvest all of this, and there's some more up here at top. Harvest all this GBE, all these power cells to build GBE while we're barding or arding some defenses over here, whatever it may be, and we'll start smoking over here and come from the left, but we'll end up over here in the same spot. So those are the two main ways you're going to see people doing ballast. This one we're going to go straight up, which we will look at in real time now. And although this isn't probably one of the best ones I should be showing, making a video, because you'll notice that I actually miss a shock on this one. I miss a 4 in a row. There's a 4 in a row shock on the bottom that I miss, and I get pretty touched up by one of the rocket launchers that I missed. And I'm actually quite lucky that I finished it. You'll see that I lost 87 Zookas here, which you wouldn't lose near that many had had I hit the shock. Okay, you'll see I'll throw a barrage, which, like I said, you can just throw an arc to get rid of those 3 shocks on the, those 3 mines on the top. Those are all that's important. So, now we'll do the unload. And I always, whenever it's not a hot beach and I have the room, I do these unloads from far away so I'm not rushed to do something immediately after I unload the 8th boat. I have a little bit of time to think and relax, or you're just not so rushed and you're less likely to make a mistake. So whenever I get in line with my flare point, I throw my flare up there and smoke. Delay the hero just a little. You'll see, I don't know if it's since the next update, but you'll always see now, it doesn't seem to matter what map I do. 1 or 2 Zookas will go a little wide right or wide left. And I swear to God, Supercell does this just to make sure you always lose the delay on the rockets. I don't know, but it's irritating now. They almost, 1 or 2 almost always do this. You see the second flare where we talked about, and they'll go in a straight line in between all of these defensive. I'll throw a double smoke here to finish them, sure. And now it's just hit brick, flare the core, and hit your shocks. And you'll see I miss this rocket here on the bottom. Even though it looks like I got it, I seen the shock ring on the fucking rocket. Pardon my language, but for some reason or another, I didn't shock the rocket, and it touched me up pretty good. But we still did this on a curtain call ballast with an open rocket, having a field day on us. So that should tell you right there that ballast isn't that difficult of a map. And even when you're on something as high as a curtain call, it doesn't have a ton of health. You see here, oh, I can't see, 391, 490. So this was like just under 1 million, like 982,000 health. And that's a ballast on a curtain call.